Wendy with Topsoil Kitchen and Market, and I'm joined by my farmer friend Sarah with Sassafras Flower Farm. Sarah also farms our farm at Topsoil Farm. Sarah and I recently hosted 3 Magnolia Wreath making classes at Topsoil Kitchen and Market. And we want to show you the tools that you need to make a wreath for yourself. We recommend a 12-inch wire frame. It's a good size for the door, for like your front door. We also recommend 24-gauge florist wire in green, and simple pruning shears for collecting and foraging for the leaves and the berries like we did, and then just a simple kitchen shears. Now Sarah is going to show you how to make a wreath.
We're going to start with your floral wire. The main thing that you want to do is you want to have your anchor piece down. So I'm going to have you start. Your first piece needs to just be made sure that it's anchored down so it doesn't move anywhere. So I normally go around a few times, make it nice and tight, and I'm going to have you wrap it around about 3 times, the whole base of the wire frame, before you select your first piece of greenery. Any type of greenery that you want to use is fine. Forage in your yard. Don't be scared to make it whatever you'd like. Any fir. We opted on magnolia because on the Wendy's farm location there are about 3 huge, very old magnolia trees, and they were beautiful and ready for the picking. So when I start my first piece, I like to pick a piece with a long stem so I have more room to anchor my first piece down. So what I'm going to do is right where you anchored and you left off, we're going to lay your very first piece down as your base. You're then going to intertwine your roll. Try and keep it nice and tight or you will end up getting all wound up in your own wire. So keep it on the spool, keep it rather close, and then you're just going to hand feed it around your stem, trying to work your way down this very long stem so the weight of it won't want to topple over, and you'll be able to tell if you have it tight enough or not, because it will want to fall down. And so you can go as many times based on the size of your stem so it feels rock solid as you go down. Again, keeping it tight and continuously wrapping your wire around. It's going to be tricky and frustrating. Just be patient. I still suggest keeping the wire spool close and tight so you can maneuver a little bit easier and you have more pieces. Next piece just comes right on in. And I'm kind of working my way down the stem to hold it in place. If you go around in the same spot, say right up here, it'll get top heavy and it'll want to rotate out for you, and then you'll end up using 10 times more stems than you actually need. So again, I try and work my way down the whole stem, and as I get towards the end, I add in another piece right where it starts, and then I continue to wrap. You shouldn't have to clip your wire at all unless you get tangled, and it's fine because you can start over again. Just make sure you re-anchor. You're just continuing down and continuing down. And so where that starts right here, fill it in with whatever pieces. Now I like this piece because this one, instead of showing the green, you can flip it and show some of the natural brown. When these dry, they also look phenomenal with the two-tone, very natural feel of the stem. All right guys, so we're down to the last piece. I had a little bit of a gap left. pick a size or a piece that you feel that would finish. It can be small, it can be big, depending on how full you want it. And you're gonna do the exact same. Now, it's gonna get a little tight, but what's really awesome about Magnolia is they're very sturdy. You can kind of push them around a little bit and they're gonna hang tight. So as I finish my last piece, you're going to do the exact same step as you started. You're gonna take that last piece and you're gonna go around about 3 or 4 times, okay? And you're gonna leave yourself probably about, I'd probably say about a foot. And you're gonna flip yourself. This last piece, I want you to anchor down, same as you did at the beginning, so it doesn't want to slide off. So I finish and leave yourself a tiny bit, I'm not sure if you can see that, where I'm taking that tail and I'm wrapping it around about 5 or 6 times and pinching it down where it's all done and wrapped around. So when you pick it up, you're gonna be like, okay, you've got a lot of green, okay? I always stare at the back and then I take whichever ones that are changing my view to have your center ring and come in and snip them off. You can pick them, snip them, however you would like, but I clean up. So I have a center. After a couple snips, I come back and go to the front and make sure that I'm still looking okay and that I'm clearing and things are falling the way I want. Another great thing about a lot of like winter greens and firs and magnolia is they're pliable. Push them around, make them do what you want. And don't be scared to grab more wire, cut them into little strips and make them do what you want. You can re-anchor and throw in pieces. I'm gonna snip out a few more. This is where you can add in other things and other greenery in to make texture differences and a splash of color. Wendy has also amazing hollyberry trees, bushes that are all over the property. So we have picked beautiful holly. You see a gap or you feel like there's something, take your little pieces of wire. I always have probably about 6 inches. Throw it in where I want and then just recoil that piece in. Take a little piece like this, probably 6 to 8 inches, and I just go back in to secure that one piece. And you're just wrapping it around your floral base, your wire base.
So now we're gonna try to make a bow. And when I say try, I mean try. We're not experts at bow making, we discovered. But this is the easiest way that I found to make a bow. So I like to do like 3 yards of wire rimmed bow. The wire rim is really crucial. So then leave a little bit of a tail, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to like accordion fold the bow material or the ribbon and just kind of keep folding it like this till you get to the end. I'm gonna pinch it like right there in the middle, and then I cut like a foot of wire. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just kind of smush the middle together.
Technical term.
Smush it good. And then we're gonna just tie the wire really tight around the middle and twist it so it's anchored again. Good. All right. Okay, and now we're going to just kind of unfold it and form it the way we want it. I have the tail of the wire in the back of the bow, and we're just going to take the loops and try to open them up, and you can twist them, and that's why the wire ribbon is so important, because it will it will hold its shape a little bit better. So you just kind of stick your hand in the loops and just kind of get it too high.
Oh, hey!
Yeah, then you just keep doing that as you're forming the bow. And then it's not a perfect bow, but I think it does.
Pretty
It does say bow. It screams bow. And then Sarah has the bow spot all picked out. Okay, so now we're gonna anchor the bow that we made. And there you go. How's it look? Awesome. How's that? Alright, so that's how you make a magnolia wreath.
Alright guys, so once I'm done filling in everything, your bow is where you'd like, you've added your holly berries or any other type of greenery that adds pop and texture change, I come back in with baby wipes, any type of wipe, and I kind of get like some of the spots. Heck, you're gonna find all sorts of stuff on these. They're foraged in nature, so don't be hesitant to clean them up a little bit. I like the look of some brown spots and just good old nature happening. So, but if it's up to you, make them shiny a little bit. Come in, tweak them, make it nice. Once you figure out where you'd like your bow, I like to just rotate. I like mine a little off center. Some people want it on the top or on the bottom, but once you hang it, step back and go in and pick some pieces off that kind of driving you crazy, readjust, you know, fluff and make it what you want it to be.
Thanks for watching our How to Make a Magnolia Wreath video, and join us again when we do other fun things with nature and projects around the farm.
We'll see you guys soon.